Sweet. Well, like I said, I invited some people from Dash as well because I think it would be worthwhile to do just kind of a live walkthrough of the different aspects of Inleo and just talk about all the things. There's a lot of good questions that have been circulating, um, just about the platform in general. And I wanted to kind of answer them all in one place and then also grab some good content for the docs and whatnot so we can all kind of point people to that stuff. So yeah, this is kind of Gargi. This is kind of a AMA. It's not exactly an AMA, but I will also answer questions while we're live. Um, so whatever questions you guys got, we can try to keep them more related to like using the platform. If you've got more technical whens and soons and that's what you're looking for, then your when soon show is still every Tuesday. This one's going to be more of a how to utilize the platform, kind of like a workshop. I would say is the vibe we're going for. So I'm already seeing a lot of you fill up in the X space as well. So if you're in the X space, I would recommend considering, the YouTube stream. I'm going to edit in the YouTube link to the Threadcast right now because, um, like I said, I'm going to be doing stuff pretty visually and sharing my screen. So I just put that link in the Threadcast for you guys if you're in the X space. But yeah, let's start diving in. Dagger is asking about lists. Yeah, we can talk about lists for a little bit as well. And if I miss any of your questions, just like repeat them because I'm gonna have a lot of windows open for this one. So if I miss your question because it's just further in the threadcast, then make sure you just ask it again. Uh, the African man asked, I'm a newbie. I registered using Keystore. How do my earnings work? Would I be earning Dash or Hive or HBD? That's a good question. Um, let me let me just answer that while I get everything else set up. So your earnings are in Hive, HBD, and Leo. And then if you're a Keystore user, you signed up using Keystore, then you'll see that there's a in your dashboard. So if you go to the three dots menu, and like I said, I'll walk through all this visually in a second, but if you go to the three dots menu and you click dashboard, then you'll see on your dashboard there's a like a banner at the top, and that banner will show you your earnings historically and in real time. And then there's a claim button. If you click that claim button, then what it does is it essentially takes your HBD and Leo earnings and it converts them into Dash using Leo Dex on the back end. So for you, it's just one click, and then your HBD and Leo gets sold to Dash like auto magically in the back end. So you don't really have to do anything. And then it gets converted to Dash and then sent to your Dash wallet that's connected into the Keystore. So basically, you'll click that button and probably within 15 minutes or less, obviously just depending on my protocol and various other things, because it's a cross-chain transaction. So I would say just anywhere from like 15 to 30 minutes later, you could check your Dash wallet that you've got connected with the Keystore, and you'll have whatever dollar amount you claimed you'll have in your Dash Keystore connected wallet. So um, that's how that works. And then if you want to send it to another Dash wallet or use it for whatever reasons you want to use it for, it's just Dash at that point. You can send it or use it or whatever, or hold it. Um, so that's how that'll work. And if you're curious about the other integrations, so eventually, being able to like earn in Bitcoin, earn in Ethereum, earn in Cacao, earn in Rune, there's going to be a setting in the settings page where you can actually change which currency you want to earn in. So when you change that setting, it'll change the front end to show you all the payouts in whatever currency you chose, and then your dashboard will show you your pending payouts in that currency. And if you hit the claim button, it'll convert your payouts to that currency. So it's like a one-click setting, and then it does all that stuff. So I see some questions already, but let me start with making an, so I wanted to start with making an account um, because like I said, I wanted to walk through a lot of different aspects of the UI. So let's start with making an account on Inleo using Keystore. And then once I've got that account made, then when you guys ask questions, I can have it all live um, for you. But keep the questions coming in general. Get my screen share going. All right. So let me know if you guys can see my screen okay and still hear me okay, because now we're switching to visuals. Just gonna have Restream open here. We can see what it looks like in a second. Um, Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Guard, you said I look smart in a black shirt. I need all the help I can get. Looks like Mitch and Kat. Mitch and Kat are the same person. Um, but no, I didn't invite anybody else for this one because it's going to be like a literal walkthrough. Um, I'm seeing my screen getting shared. I don't know if you guys are. I'm going to open the YouTube myself and see. Oh, you can see. Okay, yeah, you can see it. All right. Well, let me know if you guys see any problems, but I can see the screen share, so I'm just going to start. So first thing, oh, Brando's seeing the screen. All right, cool. So like I said, first things first, let's sign up with Keystore and create an account. Welcome in Dashy, new Dash user. Welcome to Inleo. So yeah, first thing we're going to do is create an account. So let's just assume you're stumbling on Inleo from whatever source. Like I said, we got X ads rolling out. We've got a lot of advertising with the Dash team, a lot of other initiatives to bring in new users. So let's just say you're finding Inleo for the first time, and you click sign up to Inleo. So when you click sign up, you're going to see this screen, and it's going to say join Inleo. And then you've got these different options. So sign up with Keystore, and we tag that as being the best. And if you hover over it, it'll explain to you what Keystore is and why we think it's the best option. Or you can use sign up with X or sign up with Google. Those are lite accounts, is what we call them. And essentially, what they do is they use Web 2 authorization to create a blockchain account for you on Hive. And that authorization is then used to sign in the future. We call it a lite account because you're not holding any private keys on your own. Instead, you are actually just using your Web 2 authentication to get access to the Hive account we create for you. If at some point you want to take full self-custody of the account, there's a place in the settings where you can do that. And then you would download your keys. And in that process, we've created a multi-step system where you would actually change the keys and download them so that there's no fragments of them left on our servers, which just gives you better security. But that does exactly what it sounds like, which is that you are now full self-custody. So if you do that, you are now fully in charge of your account. And if you lose your keys, then you're screwed. So be ready for that if you choose to take full self-custody. It's exactly what it sounds like. Using those options is kind of like creating a Coinbase account and then buying Bitcoin and holding it in there. So that's like a lite account. You don't have full self-custody. But then if you were to send that Bitcoin to a Bitcoin wallet, like a Ledger or a Trezor or some, hardware device, you are now fully in charge of that wallet, and nobody's coming to save you. So, there's trade-offs for both. So that's how lite accounts work. Or you can just create a Hive account straight up, which involves basically just creating an account and downloading the Hive blockchain keys. I would recommend that option if you've already done some research and understand how Hive blockchain keys work. Otherwise, my recommendation is always going to be Keystore. I think Keystore is stupidly easy to use, and it gives you a lot of security. It gives you full self-custody, but it does it in a very easy to understand way, especially if you're coming from another crypto project like Dash, Maya, Thorchain, and others. You're probably already intimately familiar with how Keystores work. So for now, let's do create a Keystore wallet. So we choose that option, and then you get these three different checkboxes. So you can create a new Keystore wallet. You can say, I already have a Keystore wallet, or you can recover a Keystore wallet from a phrase. So let's say that you lost your Keystore wallet, the file itself, but you still have your backup phrase, which you should if you're following best practices. You can restore that. So we're going to do create a new Keystore wallet, obviously, pretending we are a brand new user. So I'm going to say brand new. 31. So the username is going to be brand new 31. This is going to be your username on Inleo. So that's what I'm going to choose. And then I'll just put in a password. There we go. And then you got to do the CAPTCHA. So just say, I'm not a robot. Choose the bicycles. I don't know if you guys can actually see this. Sometimes the pop-ups don't show, but regardless, I'm just doing the CAPTCHA and then I completed it. And then I click generate keys. So now you can see I get a phrase, I get the Hive account keys, and then I get the option to download a Keystore file. So I'm just going to click download Keystore file and then download it. So now I've downloaded the Keystore, and then you with the phrase, I would recommend there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Bitcoin Flood said this background is throwing me off. There is no background. This is what it looks like when there's no background. Um, so I clicked download Keystore file. It downloaded a file. For the phrase, I would recommend writing this down on like a piece of paper and like putting it in a safe or putting it somewhere in a very secure location. That phrase is your backup phrase. So if you're familiar with backups, whether it's, with two-factor authentication apps or whatever, these backup phrases are very important. If you lose this Keystore, if you lose your computer, if you lose your phone, whatever you're making this account on, if you lose that file, then you need this backup phrase in order to get your account back. If you don't have the phrase, you will not be able to get the file back. So again, do not lose this file. Do not lose this phrase. Keep them in separate locations. Like a lot of people will copy this phrase onto the same device they have the Keystore on. And that kind of defeats the entire purpose because if you lose the device, you now lost both. So again, this is like the most important step. So just be mindful of that and follow the right practices. So now we're waiting for blockchain confirmation. Usually doesn't take very long. You can see it's already done. We added a mini game in case it does take a little bit of time. It usually takes under 1 to 2 minutes. You guys just saw it took like 15 seconds. So you can play that game while you're waiting. This has asked me for a profile picture, so you can just choose a profile picture. I'm not going to do that right now just to make my life easier, but just make my display name brand new. Hi, I am brand new. So you can do a profile picture, a name, and a little about me. And then the next step will ask you to personalize your settings. Kind of mentioned this on the AMA yesterday, but we're going to be adding more to this section. But for now, you basically just choose communities that you're interested in. So let's just say I'm interested in Leo Finance and I'm interested in Splinterlands. And then I click next, and then it says done. That's it. Your account is successfully created. Now you can start exploring what's happening on Inleo. Continue as brand new. Click continue, and you can see I'm now logged in as brand new 31 on the Hive blockchain and Inleo using Keystore. So I would recommend as your next first step to make a thread. So how to make a thread? Very simple. After you sign up and log in, you're going to see the homepage. It looks a lot like X. There's a reason for that. So it looks a lot like X, and you literally just at the top you say "Hello World" or whatever you'd like to say, and then you can click thread or you can use Control Enter and then post that thread. You can see I've now posted my first thread. I'll even upvote this thread by Simple Game. You can see I'm now active on the blockchain and actively using Inleo. So that's how you sign up, sign in, and use Keystore. It's very, very simple. So what I was just talking about before, and this is why I wanted to create the account, is so that we could kind of get into the visual part of things. The question I answered before we did the sign up walkthrough is how do you get your earnings? So if you are a Keystore user, you can go to the dashboard. So you click the three dots right here in the side menu, and then you click dashboard. You'll see dash rewards at the top. It'll show you your current earnings. Obviously, it's a brand new account. And it has no earnings. So as it earns more, then you'll be able to cash out. Keep in mind, and I saw this question in the Threadcast while I was doing the sign up process, but the minimum earnings are about $15. And the reason for that, it's not something set by us, it's something set by Maya Protocol. So the minimum swap on Maya for Dash is $15 or thereabout. So obviously, in order to cash out to Dash, you need to meet that minimum. So you're going to need to make $15 in order to do your first cash out. I wish we could get that lower. Maybe one day the swaps will get more efficient or gas will be more, will be cheaper or whatever. And then you'll be able to do smaller swaps, which means you'll be able to cash out smaller amounts. For now, it's $15. Uh, Let's see what you guys are saying. Simple Game said, so you did not download the Hive keys to keep it as using the Inleo resource credits. You can download the Hive keys. I would obviously recommend doing it. I just copied them into a file. So like if I was signing up, I would copy them into a file and then just keep them separate in case I want to use other Hive apps outside of Inleo. Um, Otherwise, though, you can always derive the keys later because the keys are derived from the seed phrase. So, th those keys are always accessible in the future if you didn't download them. Um, let's see here. Create threads and earn tokens, Scargy. Yeah. So just engage and earn. So I mean, if once you've done this process of signing up, like the best, and again, a lot of people ask that question, the best practices of how to earn is literally to just be active. So, go to the latest tab, say, Dash is amazing and just engage with people and curate them, upvote them, just be an active user. That's how you're going to earn at the end of the day. And you can look for Threadcasts. Like obviously you guys are in this Threadcast right now. So, I could jump in here and say, hey, and you guys will see me and then you'll get votes. And that's ultimately how you're going to earn. So being active on the platform is the best way to earn. I would highly recommend if you're a brand new user to start making threads and just start commenting on people you see frequently. You'll see a lot of people that are frequent heavy users. So engaging with them tends to be a good way to get started and get some momentum going for yourself. The African man said, since we convert our earnings to Dash, how then do we stake both Hive and Leo? So you can at any time. So I'm going to click profile in the left menu. At any time, you can click profile and then click wallet. And doing so will show you your Leo Hive and Hive Engine wallets. So you can stake Leo as you earn it. You can stake Hive as you earn it. You can do a lot of other operations here. You can send stuff. Um, and if you wanted to grow your Leo stake before you cash out, you could stake some of your Leo, some percentage. We're actually going to add something to the cash out button. This was Joel's idea from the Dash team. So when you click cash out, it'll ask you if you want to stake some percentage of your Leo before you cash out. And in terms of the Hive, if you know how Hive earnings work, you basically are earning Hive power, HBD, and Leo when you use inleo.io. So when you earn those three currencies, the Hive power is already staked in your account. The HBD and Leo are paid out liquid. So the HBD and Leo are the only currencies that are used when you cash out to Dash. Otherwise, the Hive power is just constantly stacking up in your account. I think this is generally a good thing, and you obviously have the ability to manually power that down if you want to. But doing so by allowing it to kind of stack over time, you're building your stake in Hive and you're building up your resource credits outside of what the Leo team gives you. So Leo has a dynamic resource pool. If you're new to Hive and this blockchain and how it works, there are no transaction fees on Hive. There's no transaction fees on Inleo. But there are instead of gas fees, there's a rechargeable gas tank. Essentially, that's how I like to describe it. So imagine that like in on Ethereum, you've got to have ETH in your wallet, and when you make a transaction, you're spending your ETH, and that's called gas. On Inleo and Hive, you have basically a rechargeable tank of gas that you use to spend every time you make a transaction. That rechargeable, gas is completely separate from all the, Hive, Leo, HBD tokens. What Inleo does is we actually delegate you some gas. So we essentially put some gas in your gas tank, and then you can use the platform and you can spend that gas, and then it recharges over time. And if you start running out, we'll give you more. So it doesn't actually technically cost us anything. It basically the way you get it is by having a large stake in Hive power. So Inleo has a couple million Hive power, and we just use that to delegate out. That's why we call it a delegation pool. So we basically pooled up all our resources and we delegated out. to all of you guys. It doesn't cost us anything because we have so much gas. We'll never need that, personally. So we just delegate it to the users. And that is my biggest use case for Hive Power. Brando said, my advice for engaging on Inleo is to stop thinking about rewards and just post stuff and comment on other people's posts as well. Commenting might often reward you even more than posting original threads. Yeah, I mean, I would just say be active and be engaged on the platform. I mean, the more you engage, the more you're going to earn, the more people recognize your name, the more they're going to upvote you. So that's really important. Um, and just be active in general. And if you're active, then you're going to earn. But yeah, I think a lot of people are looking for they want to make $1 million the day they join, and that's just not going to happen. Doesn't happen on any social media platform. But on Inleo, you're going to earn a lot faster than any other social media platform. In general, like if you join, a Web2 social media platform, you're going to have to, build up a brand and like spend years building that brand. Like look at like Mr. Beast, for example. You're going to spend years building that brand, get millions of followers, and then eventually you'll monetize. On Inleo, you monetize instantly. But with that, you monetize in a very micro format. So you might earn 10 cents or you might earn $1 off the bat. But as you get more active on the platform, that'll scale up and grow. There's plenty of users making thousands of dollars a month. So it is very possible to make thousands of dollars a month, but it takes time, like any social media platform. It just takes time and effort to grow your brand and your presence on the platform. I see a question from Gnome on YouTube who asked, where are the Dash rewards coming from? So I kind of explained that, but when you make content on Inleo, you're earning Hive, HBD, and Leo. After you earn $15 worth of HBD and Leo, you'll be able to track it in your dashboard, like the page I'm on right now, if you can see it visually. Once it hits $15, then you can hit cash out Dash, and then it'll just send the Dash to your wallet. What that's doing is it's actually swapping the HBD and Leo to Dash using Leo Dex on the back end. And if you're not familiar with Leo Dex, I'll show you real quick. Leo Dex is a multi-chain DEX interface that we built for Maya Protocol. The Leo token is listed there, and obviously so is Dash. So any currency that is listed here will eventually be part of our earn program where you can earn in any of these currencies. What it's actually doing is just converting HBD and Leo to whatever currency you see here. So it would be the equivalent of doing this, for example, like putting Leo here and then putting Dash in the output. So like, you earn 500 Leo and it would convert your 500 Leo to Dash, for example. So that's how the cash out feature works, and that's how the earnings work. So the Dash rewards are actually coming from the Leo economy. If you're curious how that's sustainable, there's a lot of different mechanisms behind that. So Leo Dex obviously earns affiliate fees from Maya. It also has bridging fees. So when you convert all this stuff, there's a few fees that are paid to the Leo token economy when you do the cash out. And 100% of all the fees that are generated and earned by Leo buy the Leo token off the market. So that's how Leo kind of has a self-fulfilling economy. Is the more users we get, the more we earn from all these different mechanisms like fees and premium and creator subscriptions, etc. So we can kind of get into all that. And I did see a good lead in, which is let's see if I can find the question in the Threadcast. It was from the African man. The African man asks, have been hearing about premium, please enlighten me. So that's a good lead in. Like I said, we have a lot of different revenue mechanisms on Inleo for the Leo token. And one of them is premium. I would say premium is probably the best one that we have. So when you join Inleo, you'll actually see it in the top right. If you aren't premium, it says subscribe to premium, subscribe to unlock exclusive features and rewards. So if you click that, it'll actually tell you about premium and what it entails. So there's a bunch of these features here. There's actually more features that we've added over the past couple months that we need to update this with. But you'll see some of the premium features here. You'll see what's kind of on the horizon as well, including, access to Leo AI. So these premium features are accessible to anyone who's premium, obviously. It gives you a check mark. It works very similar to X. and X Premium. So you can subscribe. It's $10 a month or $100 a year. We are still working on the pay with Dash option. And with that option, you'll actually be able to pay in any crypto. So kind of like the cash out feature, like I mentioned, anything that's listed here on LeoDex, which means it's listed on Maya, will be able to be spent and earned on Inleo. So, for example, like just keeping with the Dash example, you'll be able to buy premium using Dash. We're still working on that. There was a Maya protocol chain halt recently, and it kind of set back our testing a few days. I was hoping to get it rolled out last week. Now I'm still hoping to get it rolled out probably early next week because we got set back in the testing phase. But this stuff is already all built, all the payment rails. We just need to test it more, and I want to make sure it works flawlessly before I put it in your hands as the users. But pretty soon, if you are logged in with Keystore, you'll see another option here. Instead of 10 HBD, you'll see an option to pay with any cryptocurrency that's listed on LeoDex. So, that's Dash, that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum, Rune, Maya, Cacao, all these different USDC, USDT. You'll be able to pay with any of those cryptos, and you'll be able to pay for premium with those. Gargi said premium features are amazing. Yeah, they are. I mean, so on the topic of premium, you get all the features that are listed on that page that you just saw. In addition to that, we also have an account called Leo.voter. So I know that this is a big question for new users as well. And that is, what is the deal with Leo.voter? And I will show you. So Leo.voter is our curation account on the platform. So I'm just going to open up the wallet so you can kind of see how all this works. But actually, it would probably make more sense to open it up like this. Let me just go look for a blog post that's been upvoted. So Leo.voter is our community curation account. We have a few million Hive power there, about 3 million. And we use that account to curate. So basically, we can use that account to send extra rewards to people. And the way that, the way rewards work is proof of stake, which we can get into if you guys want to. But essentially, we curate users using this account, and it has a bunch of Hive power. So that account basically can dictate a lot of rewards to you guys. That account is curating based on the quality of content. And if you are premium, we just basically increase the percent of the vote. So if you've tried to upvote something, and I'll show you. So, go to anything and click upvote. You'll see that there's this slider. So you can do a 100% vote, you can do a 1% vote, or anything in between, right? If the percentage of your vote is how big of a vote you use from your voting power. And essentially what we do is if you're getting a vote from Leo.voter, let's just say based on the quality of your content, you're getting a 10% vote. If we then see that you're premium, then we'll go from 10% to like 20%, for example. So you'll get a twice as large vote on your post. So, I've used this tagline in the past that premium pays for itself. And it actually does. Like if you are premium and you consistently make threads and blog posts, your premium is going to get paid for by Leo.voter votes. So premium is a really kind of interesting economical, machine on the platform because it basically just allows us to constantly curate premium users more than the average user. And then eventually, like your $10, like you essentially just need to earn more than $10 to have premium pay for itself. And it's very easy to do that if you're both premium and active. So I obviously am really biased, but I highly recommend being premium. So if we're talking about best practices to earn more on the platform, I would say, first of all, get really active, make a lot of threads, engage with other people's threads. And then also, make some blog posts if that's your thing. You can also upload videos, once 3Speak is back online on the back end, because that's what we use for video storage. So you can make all this content and be active. And then if you want to amplify the rewards of what you're already getting, then you go premium. And then you'll also get all these extra features like the check mark. It actually says here more curation on your blog posts, priority in the feeds. So by having priority in the feeds, you're also going to get more curation from the community itself because you're just going to get seen more frequently. So also a really good way to to just get more earnings in general. Gargi, yes, premium pays for itself. Thunk said, so instead of doing my first $15 dash cash out, I should do premium first so I can stay premium and earn dash faster. Plus, I want to do a Threadcast and be on top of the page. Yeah, that's a good question. So yeah, I would say if you're thinking that you're going to be active on Inleo long term, I would say rather than going for your cash out first, if you think about this kind of like a game, rather than going straight for your cash out, if you want to make more in the long run, I would say go for premium and just keep being active, and you'll see that you'll earn that $10 back really fast, and then you'll be able to do your cash out, and then you can roll that into every subsequent month. So what I've seen happen a lot is a user will go premium. And then that just being premium for 1 month will pay for the next month and then some, and then they can just keep going. So as long as you stay active every month, your premium will just continue to pay for itself, and then you'll earn more, above and beyond that. So being premium, in my opinion, is really an investment in amplifying your rewards and ultimately your success on the platform from an engagement and reward standpoint, because you're way more visible in the feeds, and you're obviously earning from Leo.voter and all these other mechanisms. Another feature, or benefit of being premium is being able to launch a creator subscription. So you can see here, creator subscription, premium only. So if you're premium, you can launch a creator subscription, which is essentially like a Substack. So you can launch a creator subscription, and then other users can subscribe to you and pay $5 a month. You get 95% of that, and then the other 5% goes is part of Leo revenue. And like I said, 100% of that revenue buys the Leo token. So that's another revenue mechanism for the platform. And if you're following other creator subs, you'll find their subscriber only content here. So what that does is it basically encrypts your content on the blockchain, and the only people who can decrypt that content are people who are subscribed to you. So Inleo's tagline is put it all on chain, and we mean that even for subscriber only content, private content, we achieve that by encrypting it on the blockchain. So that content still lives on the blockchain, but it can't be accessed by anyone unless they're subscribed to you. So it's actually a really kind of fascinating mechanism, something that we've seen grow recently, and I'd love to see it grow more. So another reason to go premium and then really focus on your account, because you can really lever up your earnings. Just keep in mind, like if you went premium and then you launch a creator sub, which is free to do after your premium, if you get 2 subscribers, you've now covered the cost of your premium, because you're earning $5 or close to $5 from each subscriber. So go premium, get 2 subscribers, and then you're earning from Leo.voter. You're earning by being more visible in the feeds. Your earnings are just going to skyrocket by being premium, in my opinion. But yeah, Ahmad Manga just said you won't earn much by being premium if you're not active, and you'll earn more than people who have premium, even if you don't have it, if you are active enough. So, Inleo is not like a pay-to-play game. If you're active, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to be premium. You don't have to do any of that. But being premium plus being active is like a multiplier effect. So if you're premium and you're active, you're going to earn a lot more. If your goal is to maximize earnings, it's a no-brainer to go premium. But just being active on the platform is plenty enough. And I would say that if you're active on the platform and you don't want to spend the first $10 to go premium, just be hyper active for a month, and I guarantee you're going to earn the $10 to go premium. So, you can get into this with sweat equity, or you can pay to do it faster. Kind of like in a video game, like you can pay to have a character like pre-leveled up or with like boosted XP, and that's what premium is. It's essentially like paying for boosted XP. So you can do that if you want, or you don't have to. You can just play the game, normally. Brando said premium is earned back very fast. I have 21 days left now and would have already earned that 10 HBD, but had to use it to buy Hive to get RCs. I guess that's what they call a win-win though. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, and obviously I can see your rep score, and I know that you're an existing user for a long time on Hive. But if you're a brand new user with Keystore, kind of like the one I've created here, you have resource credits. So you don't even need to buy Hive to get resource credits, you're going to earn some Hive power over time that will kind of reduce your need for Leo's resource credits. But we give you resource credits. So kind of a really important point for newer users. And while we're on that topic, I'm going to pull up the block explorer. So like I said, all of this stuff goes to the blockchain. So thanks for coming, Gargi. We'll see you later. Um, everything you do on Inleo is sent to the blockchain and stored there. So that's how we maintain censorship resistance. That's how users can be active and all their content can live on the blockchain and be immutable. Um, so right now I'm on the Hive Block Explorer. This is one of the websites, hivehub.dev. And this Block Explorer will show you a lot of different data about your account. You can put in your username. So I just put in the username of the account I just created. You can see 23 minutes ago, the account was created by Leo.voter. The account was created. All the updates I made to my profile were there. And then you can see my first post, my first thread was created right here 22 minutes ago. And you can see I said hello world, that's the body. The author is obviously my username. It'll show you that you were using Leo as the app, the canonical URL, and some other metadata that's really not super relevant. So you can just see that thread I made, so you can see it right here on Inleo. So this thread was posted on the blockchain. So that's what I was just showing you there. You can find it, by the TXID and other things. So it's very cool to people who have never used social media on the blockchain. Obviously, Inleo is, really the biggest social media that's actually on the blockchain. So that's how you find your threads if you're looking for them on chain. And then you can see like all your votes and all the received votes. So you can see David Pina 21 voted on my thread 57 seconds ago. So I can see that on chain. What else did I want to show you? But basically, like the resource credit thing I was telling you about. So if I go to the Leo.voter account, I can actually see custom JSON delegate RCs. So this is delegating. This was actually to a different user. Let's see here if I can locate the one where it delegated RCs to me. Here's it. Here's the one. So this is on chain, and you can see that, like we were just talking about with resource credits, Leo.voter has an autonomous pool of resource credits that it delegates out to users based on need. So you can see that I was active for a little bit, and then Leo.voter gave me more resource credits to make sure that I could keep transacting. So as a new Inleo user, you don't have to worry about gas, which is resource credits. The African man said, "Can a newbie start a Threadcast, or is it for premium users alone?" That's a good question, especially with what we just talked about with premium. So anyone can create a Threadcast. So here's how you make one. So a quick walkthrough on how to make a Threadcast. So let's say I'm a user. Let's say I'm going to do a show. This is a Threadcast for my podcast. Starts in 10 minutes. Engage to earn below. So you can see here, to start a Threadcast, it's really simple. You make a thread and you include this hashtag, which is hashtag Threadcast. You need to include that Threadcast hashtag. If you don't, then the Threadcast won't be created. So once you do that, you can see I'll hit thread. So I'll post that, give it a second to go on chain and confirm. So once you post that thread with that hashtag, then it's automatically a Threadcast. You'll see that there's some Threadcasts at the top here. If any user can make a Threadcast by doing what I just described, but if you want your Threadcast to be promoted at the top of the page like mine is, so you can see this is from obviously my main account, the show we're doing right now. My Threadcast is at the top. It kind of looks like a story if you're familiar with other social media. So to have your Threadcast at the top, you have to be premium. So you'll notice if you click through any of these Threadcasts, all these users are premium users. So Coyotelation, Brando, Tokenized Society, Lisa, all these users are premium. So if you want your Threadcast at the top, you need to be premium. Otherwise, anybody can make a Threadcast. It just won't get promoted to the top if you're not premium. So you can see here, I have my Threadcast, and you can see this green icon. This is for a live threadcast, right? So this is my threadcast. So you can see here it's live. Anyone can comment, and that's what a threadcast is. So that you'll notice that it's a threadcast because when you clicked on it, you saw that green threadcast button. Now let's click on this thread from Gargi. You'll see that there is no threadcast button there because it's just a regular thread. So you can turn on live update, which is essentially what a threadcast is. And threadcast basically just organize threads differently. So it puts the newest threads at the top, it refreshes the page in real time, etc. Outside of that, threadcasts are not much different than regular threads. But I highly recommend doing threadcasts. They're very engaging and people love them. Obviously, we're doing one. African man. So premium subscription has a big impact on one's account. Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. If your goal is to grow, it's a no-brainer. Is there a delay in Keystore account earnings showing in the profile? It seems the Block Explorer and HiveStats.io don't match the profile wallets. I can send a screenshot if need be from Simple Game. Yeah, can you just post a screenshot of what you're talking about as a top level thread? Obviously not in here with hashtag feedback, and then I'll take a look at what you're talking about. But yeah, I mean there could be delays. I'm not really sure exactly what you mean. So just post up that screenshot and I'll see if there's something to fix there or if that's just how it is. Vic Van Inleo provides us with the tools to earn pretty easy. Yeah, I mean that's the goal. That's the entire goal of the platform. Vic Van said, I noticed the interface runs a lot faster now. Yeah, I mean, we've made a ton of improvements from speed and back end. So, the past couple months, we've been very focused on back end and overall usability. We've got thousands of more users now, and we're onboarding new ones every single day. So the focus has really been making the platform super smooth and easy to use. Guardy said good night. We'll see you next time. Uh, yeah, I think premium is a no-brainer. Thunk, if you can post a screenshot of that with hashtag feedback, like what I just told Simple Game, I can take a look. Feeling sleepy now. Oh yeah, another one from Gargi. Oh, they're from India. That makes sense. Ahmad Manga said, is subscriber only content encryption quantum computing proof? That's a great question. Let's ask Google. Um, I mean, it's as secure as the blockchain itself. So yeah, I mean, who knows with quantum computing? That's kind of like the massive unknown. I choose not to be too worried about it. I think we'll probably have to be worried about AI before we need to worry about quantum computing. Dagger 212. Yeah, that's a good point. He said, just so everyone knows, payouts on your rewards happen 7 days later. They're not immediate. So yeah, that's a good point for new users. When you get earnings, so when someone upvotes you, like if I go to my notifications here, um, actually, if I just go to my thread, you'll see I got an upvote here. Um, from David Pina 21. So that upvote, the payout on that thread won't happen right away. There's a 7 day window. It's called a payout window from when that thread was posted to when I actually get paid in my account. That 7 day window exists for a couple different reasons. One of them is community curation and preventing abuse. Obviously, like if someone were spamming or we call it farming the rewards pool. Then it gives the community 7 days essentially to walk back those rewards by downvoting it. So if someone's doing something really bad on the platform, that the community decides to downvote it. So curation is done by the community. So that happens in both ways. It can be up or down. So that payout window exists for 7 days. So 7 days after you post something is when you actually get the payout. What else we got here? Uh, Guard, you said today's AMA is for new users. I mean, it's for new and existing users. Like you guys have more nuanced questions, we can also go into those. But yeah, definitely targeting more of the new users who've never used Inleo and don't know about all the features on the platform. Um, this is kind of a workshop for everybody. Premium is great. Premium users can write longer threads. That seriously, that is right there is worth it in my opinion from Dagger 212. Yeah, I agree. So another feature of premium is that you don't have the 240 character word count limit. So I'll show you what that looks like. So you can see here I ran out of word count pretty quickly. So if you're premium, you get 1,000 characters instead of 240. So you can write much longer threads. Let me see if I can find a good example of a longer thread by a premium user. Who has written a long thread? I guess this is a good example. Like, so my Threadcast, so my from my main account, like if I just copy all the content from it, um, and obviously that doesn't include the links. So also there's a link in there, so it's even longer than that. But if I copy that and I paste it here, you can see I wouldn't be able to thread this from a new account. That has to be a premium account because it's, what is that? 360 characters for that. So a premium user would be able to post what I posted earlier from my main account. A non-premium user can't post it. Or you'd have to like break it up into two threads. My manga said 20 minutes ago, good to know the option to pay in any crypto instead of just Dash. Yeah, you'll be able to pay with anything on Leo Dex for premium and creator subs. I think that's one thing I was going to show. So if you want to subscribe to someone's creator sub, you can go to their profile and do so. Um, and if you hover over their username, you can see who they're subscribed to. So obviously you can follow. You can also see some stats on how much Leo power they're holding. So a lot of curators, and that's another way to boost your earnings. A lot of curators will look at how much Leo power you're holding, and if you're just powering down and selling all your rewards. So a good way to show some investment in the community, which will also boost your earnings, is to have Leo power staked in your account. You can see we've got some different titles based on how much you have. So obviously my main account, I've got something north of 1 million Leo power. So that makes me an Apex Lion. Mm, we call it a flywheel. Yeah, we do call it a flywheel. It's possible to make, my manga said, it's possible to make $1,000 a month, but unrealistic for most people. I make less than $100 a month, most of the time, a lot less. It'll be harder to earn more unless you're spending more time here than me or spending time more strategically. Yeah, I mean, it can just depend on a lot of factors. I mean, there's people making $5,000 a month who are, very active. There's people making 1,000 who are a lot less active. It's like any social media, what is the quality of your content? How good is your brand? Do you have a creator subscription? I think in the future, a lot of people, I think the top earners on Inleo will be ones who have a large creator subscription following. And a lot of that may come from other platforms. Like for example, like, say Joel, and Joel just launched his own creator subscription. If he now helps to onboard 100 Dash users and 100 of those users decide that they want to be subscribers to him, that's $500 a month in creator sub rewards. So yeah, I mean it's not chump change if you can get active enough, and then all those users will be upvoting his content and active with him in general. Um, There are compounding features of Hive and Leo that aren't so well known to users either, such as Leo curation rewards from Bitcoin Flood. Yeah, so when you have Leo staked in your account, you actually earn yield by upvoting other users. So the current yield on it is something between like 12 and 15%. So if you stake Leo power, you actually are earning like 12 to 15% a month, depending on how you curate. Manga said, if Inleo became popular enough, it may replace Patreon for some YouTube creators who want to offer their fans exclusive content. Yeah. These other platforms charge very large fees, and then obviously they don't pay you in crypto. And a lot of people in the industry want to be paid in crypto. For example, Joel is unbanked, he by choice. There's a lot of people who are unbanked, not by choice, but by, geographical location. So all those people are a great demographic for creator subscriptions, because now you can earn in Dash. So for example, all the earnings that Joel gets from his creator subscription are paid to his account as HBD. Whenever he clicks the claim button, it'll automatically be included with his other rewards and then converted to Dash. So he's got a creator subscription now where he's getting paid his $5 a month from each user as Dash every time he clicks claim. Yeah, people are already dissatisfied with Patreon. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is, Web2 platforms exist until they start, dissatisfying their users. Like it always happens in the end, in one way or another, whether it's censorship, whether it's, impeding people's ability to succeed or their rewards or their earnings. It always happens with Web2 because that's what happens when you have a central entity, controlling all this stuff. Inleo is much more unique because we live on a blockchain. We're not controlled by any central party. Everything you make goes on the blockchain. Everything is verifiable on the blockchain. There's censorship resistance. Your data belongs to you. Your earnings belong to you. The fees are very low for doing anything. The fees are zero for just engaging. And then when you convert currencies, the fees are also low. When you have your creator sub, fees are low. Um, so a lot of benefits to being on Web3, and that's how it should be. If we want to succeed as a platform, and I've talked about this frequently, if we want to succeed as a platform, we need to be not just be as good as Web2, we need to be far superior than Web2. So that's what we're here for. The goal of Inleo is to make using the platform as easy as Web2, but then have all the benefits of Web3. Big fan said, I'm going premium before the 20th. I'm saving for it. Yeah, highly recommend it. And if you go premium, I mean, I've seen you're very active in Threadcasts and in other places. So if you're actively making threads and posts, and being in Threadcasts, etc., you're going to be, you're going to quickly, earn the $10 back and be able to keep being premium every month after. Falcon said, "That's a good idea. Make your referrals your subs. Didn't think about that." Yeah, this is another good question to lead into the referral program. So, with the referral program, you can earn up to $50 for referring in a friend. So this is like a refer a friend program, and there's a few different ways to kind of go about this. Basically, let's just say, so if you go to the referral tab and you saw me do that, I click the three dots and then click referral. It opens this referral dashboard. We kind of emulated centralized exchanges and their referral programs. So you'll notice it kind of looks similar to like if you've ever used like Binance's refer a friend program. It's very similar to that. If you click how it works, you'll see the referral rewards. You get more referral rewards, and obviously these all add up to the $50. When someone signs up, when they make their first thread, when they make 10 threads, 100 threads, 1,000 threads, et cetera, et cetera. So the more active they get, the more you earn from that referral. There's no limit on referrals. You could refer in 10,000 people if you're capable of it. So I think, again, on the topic of who's going to earn the most, I think referrals are going to be at the top of the list. I think that you'll be able to earn, a massive amount of rewards through the referral program. So it's really just a capacity of like, how many people can you onboard? So kind of two ways I'd go about this is you have a referral link. So this is like your main referral link. You'll see it here. And that obviously has your referral username attached to it. The other really kind of critical way to go about it, and that's what I think is a little bit lesser known. If you go to one of your threads and you click the three dot menu, you'll see copy link. If you copy that link and you paste it at the top, you'll see it's not just a normal link. It actually has your referral code attached to that. to that link. If you share that, we emulated the Amazon affiliate program for. So if you copy that link and then you share it, it now has your referral code attached to it, which is like an affiliate ID. If you now share that and someone else clicks on it, if they end up signing up, so like obviously if they click on this link, they're gonna get sent to this page with your thread. But if they are signed out, like if they're not signed up, if they then click sign up and go through the sign up process and create an account, they are now your referral. So you get the referral for that. And the same applies for blog posts. You can do the same thing for blog posts. Just do the three dot menu, copy link, share the link. If they sign up, you get the referral. The kind of extra cool part of this is that if you do that, there's actually a cookie that sits in their browser for 30 days before it expires. And this is again emulating Amazon affiliates. If they let's say they see your thread but they don't sign up, they close Inleo and 15 days go by and they don't care to look at it again. But then let's say that they come back to Inleo for whatever reason, and then they sign up. If they sign up 15 days later, that cookie from what you shared to them 15 days prior is still in their browser. You still get the referral for that. So that's why sharing your content in this method is so powerful for getting more referrals. You share your content using that, and then for 30 days, you get the referrals for all those people. So I think I definitely see a lack of people doing that. I do it in a massive way on like all the different social media platforms, sharing my referral link. And you can actually see like if you go to the leaderboard, I'll be like number two or number three. You can see, oh look, Amon Manga's number two. Um, you can see I'm number three on this list, and the majority of my points come from referrals. So I'm doing, as many referrals as I can do and just trying to be as active when it comes to that. The African man said, I would have to refer my sister. We both thrive through Inleo. Yeah, I would recommend, onboarding your family and friends. Social media is a lot more fun when your family and friends are a part of it as well. So I always recommend, the first people you onboard and refer in should be your family and friends. That's kind of a no-brainer. It just makes it a lot more fun to use. Falcon said, "Oh, so sharing your content is enough to get a referral. I'd be sharing my threads now instead of the links." Yeah, so I feel like not a lot of people know about that. But if you click the three dot menu and you copy the URL, it actually changes the URL to have your referral attached to it. If you copy someone else's threads, like here's self-help for trolls. If I do the same three dot menu and copy his thread, if you look at the URL, it has his referral code on it. So if you share someone else's content, you can actually help them get referrals too. So yeah, if you're sharing content or interested in sharing content, definitely do it in that method. So basically to earn the rewards from referrals, you have to encourage them to engage. Yeah, the African man. Yeah. So if you want to if you want your referrals to be really successful and earn the most you can from them, then you should encourage them to be more active. So just referring in a user will only get you what is it, about 10 cents for just referring them in. So once they get more active, that's when the real earnings kind of start. And there's no time limit on it. So if it takes them 2 years to do everything, you'll earn over the 2 years. Yeah, there's no limit on referrals, but if there's any, we have a system for detecting this, and then obviously we're also manually checking. If we detect any like suspicious activity on your referrals, you can get banned from the referral system. So don't obviously fake it. Pretty simple rules apply. Like don't do bad things won't happen. Like, you know. Uh, Dagger 212 said, "Can you talk about lists and the best way to utilize them?" Yeah, I can. So let's talk about lists. So lists are premium only. So I'm on this brand new account, obviously. So if I click lists, it won't let me do anything. So lists are a feature of being premium. So let me do this. Where are all my recording features? Stand by. I'm looking for the, oh, here we are. Why do they always change this UI on Zoom? Speaking of UIs, trying to see how to stop sharing for a second. Instead, it's annotating everything. I will show you the feature in a second. Where are we? Anyways, I was trying to pull up a different window, but we will just log out of brand new here. Log out of brand new. We will go to log in, and I'm going to just log in with my main account. So I'm now logged in with my main account. So let's see if that updates. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting the screen recording going again. Cool. All right. Looks like it's updating for you guys. So now I'm on my main account, which is premium. You need to be premium in order to use lists. So there's a few different things I would do with lists. First of all, you can go to the main list page and you can see there's a bunch of lists here that you can follow. So, Sunsika's got a list. She did an in-person event to onboard new users and then put them all on a list together. So you can use that. I've got a list for all the news to threads accounts. So you can follow other people's lists as long as they make them public. So you can either, when you make a list, you can choose if it's public or private. These are obviously all the public lists. If you go here, so you can follow anything that's public. If you want to create a new list, you go to this page and then you click create a new list. You put an image, title, description, and then, like I said, you can choose to make it private or public. If you make it private, then nobody else can see it but you. If you make it public, then other users who are premium can follow that list. So after you've got a few lists, you actually can do a few things with them. One, you can go to the home page and you'll see for you latest trending following, and then you'll see your lists, and you can actually select one of your lists, and then it'll show you threads from people in your list. So whatever list this is, it'll obviously show the threads from them. Um, so that's kind of the best way to use lists, in my opinion, is like create a list or follow a good list, and then you can go to that you can go to the home page and select it, and then you basically are just getting threads that are fed by that list. The other thing you can do is go to the settings page, and then you can change your default view. So if you're following a specific list, let's say like, and I've wanted to actually see. So if you're listening to this, I've wanted to see more like really good lists get created. So if you create a really good list, obviously you have to make it public if you want other people to follow it. I think it'd be really useful to have it, all these different lists, because then once you're following a list, you can actually make it your home default feed. So rather than, obviously I'm on the default latest, you can choose any of those to be defaulted to. But if you make one of these your default feed and click save, I might need to refresh, but let's see if it does it. It might just take, sometimes it takes a few minutes to reset your cache. But essentially, when you set that default feed, it'll then make, when you go to the home page, it'll go specifically to that feed. So I would say those are kind of like the key ways to use lists. Really, lists are one of those features where it's what you make of them. I've seen a very like a lack of usage on lists, and I think that it's like a super super useful feature. If you use it correctly. Uh, Cruising World said the referral program sounds like an interesting one. Yeah, referring your friends and just watch those referrals stack. They update in real time. Now that I'm on my account, I can show you. So you can see I've got $49 in unclaimed rewards. I've got 28 referrals, and then you can see all the different accounts you've referred in and how much you're earning from each one. So, for example, Viva La Viva, I onboarded on October 25th. They've made 20 threads, 23 blog posts, and I've earned 60 Leo from onboarding them. So it's uh it's a really cool way to maximize your earnings is referrals. I think it's probably unparalleled when it comes to earning. Simple game, no, we haven't added that yet. Let me first read through the comments. Welcome in the last dash. I think we're actually going to end pretty soon. We've been going for over an hour. Probably going to end actually in a few minutes. What is the future of the Leo token and how do we increase its price and value from Vic Van? I mean, really, like I said, the revenue models of Inleo are how we make the Leo token economy successful. So users are the lifeblood of a social media platform, and that applies even more so to Inleo. Our revenue models are all based around having more users, having more activity, having more trading volume, having more premium users, having more creator subs. So really at the start of the process is get more users because that increases our potential customer base. And the bigger our customer base, the more revenue is generated from all the methods I just mentioned, which all buy back the Leo token. So that's ultimately how we're going to succeed is really just get more users. Ahmad Manga, all your wins can be answered in the AMA. Um, Big fan asked about competition. I'm not concerned about competition. I really don't think that there's any out there for what we're building. We're not competing with X. We're a completely different thing. In terms of other blockchain interfaces, they're not competition. I think we're kind of building something uniquely of our own, and that's what we're focused on, just onboarding more users. Dog Eula. We answered that earlier, and I actually showed it on chain right here. So when a user is onboarded specifically through Inleo, because other Hive platforms haven't built this, and I imagine that if they want to be successful in the future, they're going to have to. But Inleo's built it a couple months ago. If a new user signs up through Inleo, they automatically get resource credits from us. So new users don't need to worry about resource credits as long as they signed up through Inleo, because we have a resource credit delegation pool. You can see it on my shared screen right here. Leo.voter will send RCs to new users based on need. So the more that they need resource credits, the more we'll delegate to them. Big fan. I think the Dash integration is a game changer for onboarding. Yep, it definitely is. It's changed the game. Vic Van said, can see the users coming through. It's getting a lot busier as each day goes by. Yeah, it's getting significantly busier. We've got some really cool stats, which we can talk about another time, but we just hit 100,000 threads. It's the 11th day of the month since, obviously we pulled our data for the last 11 days. It's currently the 12th, but we haven't pulled the 12th yet. So as of December 11th, there were 100,800 threads posted on Inleo. Compared to last month, and this is wild, compared to last month on the 11th, so on November 11th to December 11th, if you compare the two, November 11th had 26,800 threads created from November 1st to the 11th, and from December 1st to the 11th, we had 100,000 threads. So there is 4 times as much activity on the UI right now. Which is pretty insane. So we are definitely seeing a massive spike in usage across the entire UI. We're seeing a massive spike in monthly active users as well. So really good to see. We've got, like I said, a bunch of X ad campaigns rolled out, and obviously everything with the Dash team, and then we're working with the Maya team and Thorchain team, and some people in the Bitcoin and Ethereum communities. So I think the latter of those will be in 2025, but we're going to try to push as much to 2024 as we can. We've got about 3 weeks left in the month. Dagger212 said, I recommend subscribing to Cal's YouTube channel. The Threadcast is being recorded on YouTube, and you can go back and watch these things whenever you need to refresh your memory on how to do things. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the plug. Definitely subscribe. We also post a lot of these as clips, so our videographer will be probably listening to this right now. And clipping it up, and then we obviously post those clips and propagate them on all the different social media platforms. We do shorts and clips. So shorts will be like under 60 seconds, vertical view, and then clips are, anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes, and we'll dive deeper into things. So for example, like my walkthrough of signing up would be a clip that we post. But yeah, that's all I got for today. I think we covered a lot of ground. Like I said, this is kind of a workshop, a little bit of a special edition episode because I wanted to address some of the newer users who've come to the platform. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming. And I will see you guys next Tuesday for the AMA. So Lions Den, I'm sure tomorrow with Taskmaster. I'll be in the Threadcast upvoting everyone. So jump in there. That'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then other than that, you guys will hear from me on next Tuesday, noon Eastern will be the When Soon Show AMA. So I saw some whens in the Threadcast and didn't address them because you guys should save them for that show. So I'll see you there in the Sooniverse. Have a good one. The awkward thing is I don't know how to end the. Oh, here we go. Zoom decided to move all the buttons. All right, now I'm out. I'll see you guys next Tuesday.